guys, today I am back to film a kind of a new series I'm doing. I'm going to do Get Ready With Me's from the Tarte like holiday sets. I have the 2014 and the 2013, and I know someone requested seeing some tutorials with it, but I kind of like Get Ready With Me's. They're a little more laid back, I guess, and I can kind of talk to you guys a little bit besides, you know, just putting on makeup. But I am going to talk about like what I'm doing and kind of different ways that I use them and stuff. So this set is from the 2014 one, and it's the quad that has, let's see, Macaroons for You, Champagne and Chocolat, Kisses Under the Arc, Art in the Montremer, I could be totally wrong on that one, and then the blush is Envisioned. So I'm just going to use this. I have my foundation on, I have my brows on, and then I have my primer and like my base shadow on. For my foundation, I mixed my Tarte BB Tinted Treatment Primer with my Garnier BB Cream. My Garnier BB Cream is too dark, and this is actually a little light, so together they make a really nice shade. Plus this can be really matte, and this actually makes this a little more creamy and hydrating, so together they're very, very nice, and I've really enjoyed them this month. So that is what I have on for foundation. For my brows, I have my Dip Brow on in Soft Brown, and then I set it with my Anastasia Brow Gel, and this is in Chocolate. So that is what I have on my brows. For primer, I used my Revlon, is it Photo Ready, I think? Yes, Revlon Photo Ready Eye Primer and Brightener, and then I just set it with like a skin colored base shadow. So that is where I'm at right now. I'm going to take the little quad, and I'm going to start with the Macaroons for You color, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the crease. That's usually the main way that I use this color. I just use it as like a transition color. This look is really, really light, but that's kind of why I'm doing this one first. It's perfect for summertime. It's just very light and easy and really pretty looking. So I'm going to take my somewhat dirty E25 brush. I have like 3 of these, and this is the one that I usually use for darker colors, so it gets kind of stained. But I have my mirror over here, so I'm going to look over here. But it's just a very light color, so it adds a very subtle kind of contour, I guess, for your eye. Like you can just so faintly see that, and it's kind of really natural looking. Because it's just kind of a, I don't want to say dusty pink, but in the pan that's really what it looks like. It's kind of a dusty pink. Usually I would use a fluffier brush for the blending out the crease, but since this look is pretty light, I don't know, I'm not blending it out a whole lot. I'm kind of keeping it closer to the lid. Okay, so there's that. Next, I am going to take Champagne and Chocolat. It's kind of a gold color. I'm going to put that almost all over my lid. I'm going to leave the outer half blank for right now. So I'm just going to put this right here. My eyes are just like horrible, so I can't see anything. I feel like I really need to go to the eye doctor, but I have a fear of going to the eye doctor, so I'm trying to avoid it. Okay, so that is what that looks like. Then we are going to take the darker, kind of slightly bronzier color. This is that Art in Montremer color, and I'm going to do that on the outer half. And this color, I really want to get any excess off. It's just a little bit bronzier, and it just adds a very slight little bit of definition to the lids. I don't usually do more than one color on the lid. I don't like when people have that usually, because it's something that it needs to be blended out to perfection, or it looks like you have stripes of eyeshadow on your lid. A little bit of a, I don't know, it's a story, but I don't want to sound too mean. This girl I went to cosmetology school with, she used to do that. And one day I literally remember she had white, yellow, orange, and then black, like blended out. But it was like stripes of color, so it literally looked like candy corn on her eyes. And I was just like, ugh, I just looked at it and I just wanted to take a blending brush and blend. Like, I'm like, this girl needs some Jaclyn Hill in her life. Like, she just needs to blend. And I felt so bad, like, thinking that all the time, but it drove me nuts. I don't like when there's, like, solid stripes of color. I just feel like it needs to be blended out. So I'm actually going to take more of this Macaroons for You and blend this again kind of in the crease and just use this to kind of help me blend everything together. But the other thing is that since Champagne Chocolat and this Art in the Montremere are just slightly different and it adds a little more definition to the eye, it also isn't too hard to blend two colors together. They blend a lot nicer than, you know, if you were trying to blend just black and white together. Like, you would need kind of like a gray to help it blend a little bit. So since those colors are very, very close, they blend really easily together. And then on the lower lash line, I'm going to take this Kisses Under the Arc color, or yeah, Arc, and do that on my lower lash line. And I just have like a little pencil brush. This color is very pretty, but it's very subtle, so I might just have to kind of mix it with the bronzier one. Just try using it on the inner half, maybe, of the lower lash line. It seems like it's showing up a lot better there, so. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with that Art in Montremere color, and I'm going to do that on the outer half of my lash line. And that just adds a little bit of definition again, but nothing, you can see it's not super, I don't know, dramatic. It's very subtle. So that's why I like this look for spring and summer so much. It's just very light. It's really pretty though. It's got glowy like peaches and kind of gold colors in it. So I really like this quad. Inner corner, I usually do something a little bit kind of more gold. Not really anything I have in any of these palettes. I think we're going to go ahead and use Sin for my Naked palette for the inner corner. Just because it's a little bit brighter than what's in the quad. But that's the thing, is usually if I have the whole holiday like trio, there's like a light champagne color in that I would just use for my inner corner. But since I just have the quad with me at the moment, we'll just use Sin to kind of brighten it up a little bit. Can't find my inner corner brush. I have an Avon, like I'm not a big Avon makeup person, but I had this perfect like rounded eyeshadow brush from them that was just perfect for the inner corner, and I cannot find it anywhere. I've searched and I've searched and I like cleaned all my brushes and I cannot find it. It's driving me nuts. So now that the eyeshadow is actually pretty much done, the only thing is I guess I should do my brow, my underbrow shadow. And I'm going to take my Too Faced Natural Matte palette and I'm going to use Heaven out of this. This is like my favorite brow highlight. That, and again, I don't have the whole Tarte set with me, so there might be some matte brow highlight colors in there, or you could definitely do something shimmery. It's kind of your personal preference. But I always prefer matte brow highlights, so that's what I usually reach for. But like I said, there might be one in the Tarte set. I'm trying to stick with kind of using the same quad. I just usually have to pull in one or two other shadows for it. So anyways, next I'm going to line my upper lash line. And probably my lower waterline with this Ulta Automatic Eyeliner in Deep Brown. This is really similar to Demolition. I'm kind of testing this out just because I get asked about the Ulta products a lot at work, and I've tried them here and there, but not a lot. So I'm going to try to move the mirror closer to the camera here. If I just do this pretty like snug to my lashes, because I don't really want like an obvious liner. It's just very light and summery. But so far I like this Ulta liner. I don't really have a preference between pencils and automatic. This one's automatic. Obviously it twists up, but I know some people do. I haven't tried the pencil ones yet. Okay, there's one eye, so you can see the difference. I probably should fast forward through this part because, let's be serious, this is kind of boring. Do you guys have a favorite eyeliner for your waterline? I can't find one that I like. Urban Decay used to be my favorite, but it's not anymore. I don't know, it just isn't staying as well as it used to, it seems like, so I'm looking for some new choices. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna go blend this out a little bit. And do this on the lower waterline. Alright. So you can also see how ridiculously blonde my eyelashes are. And that's basically what my brows look like too, with no brow products on them. They're just super, super blonde. So I was going to do mascara next, but I'm actually going to go ahead and do concealer. That's just the way that I do things. I'm looking for my concealer brush. Let me see here. I'm going to use my Sigma Soft Blend F64, and then my concealer is my Urban Decay Naked. I'm actually almost out and I have to purchase more. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about that, I guess. Just because it's $28, so that's kind of pricey, but I feel like it lasted a pretty fair amount of time, and it's so good that I don't foresee myself purchasing anything else. The NYX concealer is pretty good, but it's just not as pigmented, and then this actually kind of brightens up my under eye, and it makes me actually look a little bit more awake. Like, I've just really grown to love this one, so I guess $28, it's worth it, but I just feel like it's super expensive for how long it lasted. It seemed like it just should last a little longer than this. And I don't usually do a whole lot of like the whole crazy concealer contouring highlighting thing. Not for every day. If it's a special occasion I probably would, but not for every day. So as you can see, that really brightened things up. I'm going to go ahead and set it. I'm going to take my Real Techniques, I believe this is actually called the setting brush, but I don't see names. Oh yeah, setting brush. And my NYX Radiant Finishing Powder. This has just been like my favorite to set my under eyes with. I usually just kind of swirl it in the colors and then maybe get a little dab of the white. But the white is like shimmery and the rest of the colors are matte, so it's not my favorite. Like, I don't like to use the shimmery one as much. If I do just a touch of the white, then at least it's like a little bit of sheen, but it's not shimmer under my eyes because that wouldn't be cute. So there is that. Alright, now I feel better about doing mascara. So I'm actually going to take my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. The first like 2 samples I got of this mascara, I hated it. I was like, this is just awful. I don't like it. But this time around, I like it a lot more. So I don't know what changed, but I like this mascara now. It's very natural looking though. So I feel like if you want big dramatic lashes, this just might not be your mascara. That, or maybe pairing it with the Faux Lashes Fibers might give you a more dramatic effect. But for the most part, these are pretty natural looking mascaras. This one and the Gifted are both very natural looking. The Gifted is a little bit more lash conditioning though, so if you're having problems with your lashes being dry and brittle and stuff, I would recommend the Gifted one. I'm a huge Tarte fan. I think they have pretty good products. Every once in a while I would say they have a flop, but for the most part their products work pretty well, and I like that they're a little bit more natural than some other things. They're like paraben free, they're gluten free. God, I can't even think. There's like a whole list of things that their cosmetics are free of. Okay, done making the ugly mascara face now. I'm going to take my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm going to take my Jane blush in Peach. Oh, no. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the blush from the Tarte Quad. Let me get my mirror out of our view here. So this is the one in Envisioned. This is very similar to the Tarte blush in, or the Tarte lip blush, yes, in Celebrated. They're very similar. They probably don't look super similar on camera. This looks a little more pinky, and I would say that's pretty true. This one might just be a hint more pink than Envisioned is, but that, and I would say maybe Envisioned has a little bit of a sheen to it that does show up on the cheeks, whereas Celebrated is a matte blush. But I feel like they both just have that really pretty, like, peachy, subtle, kind of natural glow to them. It's very, very pretty. I also feel like the Tarte blushes are very pigmented. I've heard a couple people at work say that they feel the opposite. They feel like they're not very pigmented, but I'm like, I always think that they apply so nicely and they're very pigmented when I apply them with a brush. If I were to swatch them, they don't swatch very good at all. They, in my opinion, swatch horribly. They don't look pigmented, they look powdery, but when I apply them on, I just feel like they're like some of the most natural looking blushes. Oh, the sheen. It's so pretty. So that was Envisioned, that blush. Could probably really get away with highlighter, I think. I'm going to not do highlighter today, which is the first time in a long time. But I'm not leaving the house today, so I don't really feel like I need to do the whole shebang. I'm a little weird, and even though I've already set my liquid foundation, I always like to take just a little dusting of powder over top. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder. I, as you can see, have hit pan on it. I really don't like this powder. It's orange, it looks cakey. So like I said, I just like to take a very light dusting and just kind of go around my face with it. Just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like it brings everything together, makes it a little more cohesive and pretty looking. So it also kind of blends in because the setting powder for my under eyes is that very bright white. I feel like it kind of blends that in a little bit more. Makes it look a little more natural because I like it because it's so brightening, but it's, you know, it's white. So it's not, my little lip flash keeps falling down. It's just very, very bright. So kind of putting a little bit of skin tone colored powder on top kind of helps it blend a little bit better. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm just going to do lips and then setting spray and I'm done. So for lips, I'm going to use my NYX Butter Lipstick in Fun Size. This is really, really taking a beating. But this has been like my favorite color for the last like week. And it's a pretty pink lipstick. I say pink, pretty peachy pink lipstick. I'm actually going to take some of this gloss. This is from the Tarte set 2. This one is in Canes. Really, really pretty. It's like a pink with gold glitter in it. It is, again, a little bit of a peachy pink. It's more pink than the butter lipstick, but it's got a peach like tint to it. It's not like a purple toned pink, or I would even see like a neutral pink. It's definitely more on the peachy side. Tarte does lip products so well. I feel like I don't really see people talk about them, but they do them very well. These ones actually have little brush applicators with them. Usually it is a doe foot applicator, but the holiday set for some reason has a brush applicator. I'm wondering if you guys can hear my criminal minds in the background. I don't know, I cannot talk like this last week. Every time I try to talk, my words just come out very jumbled, I feel like. And I feel like that's probably because my brain is just on overload. So that is it. And as you can see, it's just a very pretty, light makeup look for spring and summer. I love it. The only thing is you can skip the gloss. I wanted to use it because it's part of the set, but it's a little, I wouldn't say sticky, it's just a little sticky though. So it can feel a little heavy and stuff, especially if you're going for a really light look because you're going to be out in the sun all day or whatever. I might skip the gloss just because you want to feel nice and light, and it's kind of thick and heavy feeling a little bit. So I might skip the gloss, but otherwise this is how it looks. The blush is just stunning. So pretty. It's one of my favorites. I'm really gonna miss it once I use it up. But the eye look, you can see too, is just very, very subtle, very, very pretty though. It's got that kind of glowy, peachy, pink look to it for spring and summer. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I want to do this with the other quads in the set. Hopefully I'll get a little better at them because I haven't done tutorials and like get ready with me's on my channel before. So I still don't really have the ideal setup for it, but I'm working on it. My plans for it have, every time I go to do it, it kind of gets a little messed up. So anyways, I'm rambling again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.